Hello and welcome. We're back with episode 4 of my Aston Villa football manager career. Started off quite average really. We've managed to beat Palace 2-0 and then got hammered 4-1 away at Leeds and then have just lost on penalties to Coventry. Chambers is now out for 4 to 5 weeks, which isn't the best news. Cons has bruised his ankle. Young, with one probably of his last actions as an Aston Villa player. I'll keep him for the season, but he's not getting any deal. But he missed a penalty in the last game. But anyway, onwards and upwards. We've got some injury decisions to mull over, in the fact that Konza's got bruised ankle and we've lost Chambers now. But that is fine. So, let's keep going through to the Everton game. Don't need to worry about this cup now. So, no distractions till January, of course, when the FA Cup starts. I will probably go as strong as I can for the FA Cup because it's a competition that's there to be won. I mean, it's hard to beat the Cities or the Chelseas but you've got to try for the FA Cup. It still means something to me if it doesn't to many people. It's just a Carabao Cup that I consider a squad rotation exercise. It's just not something I've ever really been bothered about winning. I've won it before, but it doesn't do anything for me. It's just an additional fixture. So we're straight at the Everton game. Interesting that Nakamba's away with Zimbabwe. Another player will lose. Right, let's go back to full strength. So Konza's not. I'm going to rest Konza. I'm going to play Horse House. Coutinho. No, I'm going to start Buendia, but Coutinho is fit that he could make his bow off the bench. So that is always good news. Konza's not fit, it's no point. Bailey could do with a rest, so we'll stand Leon Bailey down for this game. We should be in a position though. I mean, like I said, Macambo, I think is he international already? Or is he just rested? No, there. It's just I've just rested him. I mean, he could play against me for to the guy, but it's about rotation. It's John McGinn as well. He might come off for him at some point during the game because they've both played every game so far. It's just about rotating, really, isn't it? Right, let's just go out there, see what we do against Everton. See if we can get a good result. That'd be nice. So, here we go. By the way, if you like the skin, it's obviously quite a popular one, but it's a Zealand skin. Who's obviously anyone that knows FM YouTube content knows Zealand. He's almost the godfather of it, really, but I digress. Don Calvert-Lewin puts Everton in the lead. Coleman the architect. 1-0 down, but it is away. And Everton in this game are not as bad as Everton in real life because that's not been programmed in yet. But I'm still hopeful we can get some from this. Digne against his old club. That is an awful effort. It would have been a tremendous goal, but that is a terrible effort in goal for a man that can pop free kicks in like he did previously. That's a poor shot. Yeah, McGinn's took a bit of a knock. Watkins has now. That's it. Mings with the clearance. Townsend. Well, in Cash. Seems to be a bit run-down. 2-0. I wonder. Not the best of starts to this season. I wonder how immediate the pressure will be from the board. Just again, it's not good enough. Take more shots. Look at they're at 0.35 xg, 2-0 up. So we're not getting battered. They've just took the chances they've had well. But we've only had 2 shots ourselves and failed to hit the target. That's not good enough. Coutinho's on. Ings has had absolute shocker. Bertrand's on. And we'll just bring Nakamba on. Coutinho pulls one back for us off the bench on his debut. So that is a start. Yeah, proceed with tactical change. So we've shaken it up, we've made a triple sub. Coutinho almost instantly. That's made a difference. Can we nick a point late on? No highlights so far. Go on. Right. Everton on the ball though. That's it, Cash wide. Oh, Traore loses it. Van der Beek puts Everton 3-1 up. Yeah, just too many mistakes again. I mean, Everton should be doing better. Cash, long throw, Watkins, Nakamba with a screamer. Edge of the box, 20 yard out, but again, it's all going to be for nothing. Looking like another narrow defeat. Yeah, I mean, again, slightly better than the opposition, but losing the game. So, I'm not going to give up hope yet, because we're putting in reasonable performances, but, you know, results have got to come sometime, because the pressure will come on. We're now at an international break before we take on West Midland rivals Wolves in 2 weeks, but we'll fire through that as quick as we possibly can. Again, I'm not going to stop and rejoin. I'm just going to keep firing through it, but we will learn naturally what kind of content people want to see and whether it's worth doing that or not. But with the kind of processing power that I've got, it shouldn't take too long to fire through. I mean, on my old laptop, it would probably take nearly an hour to do a few weeks. But on this, it'll be a couple, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if that. So it was just a good time to kind of pause and reflect on how the opening 4 or 5 games have gone. I mean, we've beat Palace 2-0, we've lost 4-1 to Leeds, we've lost on penalties to Coventry, and we've lost 3-2 away at Everton. So I think what we're saying is we need a trip back to Villa Park, because was Coventry? I think Coventry was away as well, but I think that means we've lost all 3 games away so far. I know the Coventry game was. Let me just check that. Yes, so we've had 3 away games in a row and lost all 3, and won 2-0. We've then got in September Norwich and Wolves at home and Arsenal away. So again, I've no interest in taking part in deadline day because I'm not going to sign anyone. Registration window, everyone's already registered. I'll just have a quick check on the chaps that I was interested in on loan, see if there's more favourable terms available now. Nah, there's still wanting something that I just can't afford. Be someone I look to pick up in January or next season, hopefully. Interesting. I've never seen that before. There we go. There we go. Just that was astronomical, ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I just seen Liverpool wanted to put an optional buy clause of 79 million in the loan deal. Why on earth would I pay 79 million for Curtis Jones? He just wouldn't do it. That's ridiculous. That's FM for you. Right, let's fire through this. So, window's closed. So we've got the 10th biggest wage budget, and we've lost so far to the 6th and the 16th. Interesting. Not that means anything. Nothing at all, but it's just a fun thing to look at. I think if I finished 10th first season, I'd be happy, to be honest. Again, the money's tanking, but that's because we're struggling FFP wise. But, oops. The way it goes. So, 10 days to the Wolves game. Goal of the month, Dini got third with his free kick. Kane, Kessler Harden, runner up player of the month. Jesus, Swindon must have had a good month. Louis Barry got runner up. Joe Tomlinson one of mine as well. No, he's not. I think it was just telling me. Oh, that's why. Because Louis Barry got runner up in player of the month and young player of the month, which is interesting. C plus. Happy with Mungo signing. Happy with Ramsey. Happy with my loaning out. I'm happy with my transfer business, but the match, I agree, the match results need to improve. That's an element that's not been good enough so far. Certainly. I think some of the like the Leeds performance was bad, but I think the Everton performance wasn't that bad, and that's less than ideal. But it'll recover from that. I hope to start, because I'd like to start Coutinho in the next game. Sorry, I keep scratching my nose, by the way. It's a bit itchy. Yeah, so just over a week now till we take on Wolves, so we'll just fire through this. I'm thinking when I get a fully fit squad that I don't know whether to try and make Buendia or Coutinho or strike. Coutinho can play basically anywhere I want him to. He's obviously the jewel in the crown, but with the wages he's on, how much am I paying of that? So I'm paying $250,000 a week, and he's on 375. 33 million optional, but that'll be like all my transfer budget. So he'd have to perform really well for me to take that out on a 29-year-old. I think it'll just be a case of he's here for the season, let's enjoy it. Now Matty Cash just got his Poland debut. Happy for the boy. Yeah, I think it'll with Coutinho to be a case of he's here for the season, let's enjoy him, and then I'll plan the recruitment around getting a Buendia backup next season. Interesting. So yeah, we're nearly here now. 5 days till we take on Wolves, and we need to be putting a good performance against Wolves. I'd really like the 3 points. But as close to a derby as we get, I suppose, in the Premier League. Because Birmingham aren't going anywhere fast. Birmingham will be in League once soon, I believe, personally. I think we got this season, they got lucky by the fact that Reading and Derby were heavily sanctioned, or I think Birmingham would be in there competing as well. I think Bowie has done just enough to avoid being drawn into it, but nothing else. Like, I think the 19th or something. Oh, that's not good. No. Yeah, come on, you should be playing him more, mate. He's a young player, he's the football. Right, here we are. The Wolves game. So, big game this. Big game. Senseless clicking. Match day. Oh, United beat City 5-0 in the early kickoff. You wouldn't see that happening this season. They were dross against them in both games, losing 9-0 on aggregate. Not that there is aggregate, it's just something people say, I suppose. Okay, Nakamba can play. Tapi's come back not really fit. Coutinho's fit to start, which is fine. Konza and Mings. So this is pretty much arguably my fully fit best team. Ashley Young gets the bench. We'll just rest Tapia. There's just no point in playing him if he's not fully fit. There's no point in making him sit on the bench because I'm not going to play him. Chambers looks like he's not far from coming back as well, which is good news. Because he's 5 to 11 days, but he seems to be doing alright. But again, I'm not rushing anyone into it, and we'll go with this. Match sharpness will build up, but yeah. Konza and Canberra and Coutinho win to start from our previous game. Obviously, I rested Konza last time because he took a knock in the Coventry game. just precautionary. But Tapier's obviously come back not fully fit from his exploits with Peru, so we'll let him have a rest and look to bring him in against Arsenal potentially. But again, big game this. Can't play down the importance of getting a good result here. I think it's indicative of which way we're going to go at the start of this season, because we've played alright, but we don't seem to be getting the results so far. I think we need to be finding the net on a more consistent basis, and Danny Ings and Molly Watkins should be capable of that, but so far they're fruitless. Well, most of our goals have been coming from midfielders, which is interesting. First half of few and far between, hardly anything on the XG. 9 shots between us, but 5 on target and barely a sniff. Tried to encourage them. We are the favourites for the game, being the home team. Coutinho free kick, saved. Digne again, having a standout game. Gone on yellow though again. I'd love to see him pop another free kick in. Ings again. He's not having a great time up front at the minute, Danny Ings. Coutinho has ran his game. Buendia can come on. This is a very dour 0-0 by the looks of it. Very few in the way of chances. Oh, that's it. McGinn counter attack. McGinn all the way. Ball across. Oh, Buendia. Buendia misses a sitter. Oh, that was the chance. I think that was the chance. Mings, Digne on the dribble. Great ball to Bailey. Oh, Bailey misses as well. It's a point. It looks like it's a point, but it should have been all three. Again, completely indicative of the way our season's gone so far. Arguably playing the better stuff and just not getting the result. Just not getting the killer blow. Going into the Arsenal game now, it's going to be a tough game. That I'm going to try and squeeze Arsenal and Norwich in, and then I'll leave it there for this episode. I'm trying to kind of cap it at no longer than 30 minutes, but it kind of runs over, or some episodes maybe a little bit shorter. But again, a lot of this episode has been, international break, and I don't just want to do content where you're just watching me click, because that's not what this is about. So I want to try and obviously give you episodes where we get actual action in it, and that was quite a dour 0-0 as well, so we'll see how this Arsenal game goes and we'll take it from there. But yeah, we had our chances in the end though, and we just missed 2 sitters. Leon Bailey and Buendia missed 2 sitters. So yeah, Arsenal next, away from home again. So we're still unbeaten at home. But not that it counts for much of the way things are going. 4 points from 4 games now, is it? Which is less than ideal. Anthony Knockout in Fulham's reserves. Remember him at Brighton. Where was he at before Brighton? Was it just Belgium? I think so. No, he was at Leicester, wasn't he? He was at Leicester. Yeah. Early in his career, he was quite the player in the Championship, but never really made the jump to the Premier League. But hey ho. Right, Arsenal game. One change. Funny because Nakamba, like I expected, has probably been one of my better players. But we're going to give Tapia a chance from the start today, because he's had a few games out the side. Interesting, Morgan Sanson. He's now fit for a place on the bench, but we will not risk. We won't risk Chambers because there's just no need to. Chambers out for 2 days. but I've got Morgan Sanson recovering now. Who else was it? Was on a long-term injury? It was Coutinho, wasn't it? Who's already returned. So yeah, big game this. Deeney, my standout player. Ollie Watkins, not doing a lot, but seems to be doing okay. Let's go for it. Let's prove why I paid the money for you, Tapia. Let's go for it. Straight in though. Oh dear. Watkins, nobody there. Smith Rowe, good save Martinez. I'd love to steal a win here. This would get me back on track. I just need a run. That's what I mean, a run of good results. Oh, come on, Ings. You have not great interception from McGinn. Again, it's the post. Chances in nearly 10 minutes. Seeing it. Odegaard. Oh, Douglas Luiz brings him down. That is going to be a penalty all day long. There's just no chance that's not a penalty. Yeah, of course. Pepe. Bags. Well, not Arsenal. It looking like Odegaard would have scored anyway, but it just means Luiz has picked up a silly card, really. Didn't really need to, but them's the ways it goes. Let's see if we can fight back. Smith Rowe, good tackle. We'll take the goal kick from that. Choupo-Moting. It's all Arsenal this. This could be another rout. Tomiyasu. Good save Martinez. Come on. They are deserving leading here. They've had a penalty, but they still are the better team beyond that. It was a deserved penalty as well. Things out wide for some reason. Tapia. Douglas Luiz. Again, Cash fires over the bar. Nearly counting it from Cash though. Douglas Luiz again. Watkins, Coutinho. Oh, come on, lads. We need some more goals. We need some more finishing prowess. Composure is the word I'm looking for. Composure. Again, deservedly losing. Unlucky was probably not the right way to go with that, but the problem as well is when you're on a bad run, you don't want to alienate the team because then you will be sacked. If you just treat them like crap, they will turn on you. Again, they've not played well, but it is Arsenal and it's away at the Emirates, so it's a great goal from Smith Rowe. It's just not stopping that. What it does mean is Sanson can come on for the last half an hour. And our man off the bench, Bailey again. And Cash can be rested. 3-0 it? No, over the bar. Yeah, we'll just rest Cash because this game's over, isn't it? Young, Bailey, Sanson, Coutinho, Watkins, Bailey again. Oh, he's missed. He misses so many chances. He gets them well, but he misses so many chances. We really have to stick it to Norwich in the next game. That has to be a convincing win because it's definitely now at the point where the board are going to be putting me under pressure. And it could be an early exit for the save. That'll be a fun first save for YouTube, but hey ho, we will stay true and we'll react accordingly. Tomiyasu, Pepe, in behind, nearly 3-0, and it wouldn't have been undeserved. I mean, again, Aston got a penalty, but they've been the better team. They deserve that. That was not the right thing to say. Sanson's now 5 appearances away. Right, come on. Norwich is the big one. Wolves was the derby and we drew 0-0. Yeah, Gabby would be a bloody good signing, but I can't afford him. Oof, nervy times. I'm feeling the pressure, Rev. This is not a good start. Not a great start. Norwich have drawn 3 games as well, which worries me. I think we beat them convincingly, we can kick on, but Chambers is back fit now. Basically now, I should have a fully fit team, so I should have no excuses, like personnel wise, because everyone's fully just about integration now. Let's see how the training's going on for Bertrand. He's already now a striker. He'll be someone I'd probably look to sell, Bertrand, because he's. If a bid came in for him, I would certainly consider that. How's Leon Bailey's training going? He's a competent advanced forward. Nakamba's tight calf, which just means he'll be rested for the Norwich game. But again, I've got Tapia and I have Sanson to come back in now, so we can afford to do that. Big game. Okay, cool. Chambers again. All off Melbourne. Villa legend. Yeah. Mal Jedinak. Oh, he must be in them 23. Everybody played for Villa. Not long ago. Too many people were. Played in this season actually. Where the shirt's from. Championship. I don't know if you can see. Championship sleeves. I have got a newer Villa shirt with John McGinn on, which I may wear in future episodes. Very nice black away kit, like a pink pinstripe. We shall see. If I'm not sacked before then, that is. By the way things are going. Chambers can drop out for this chap. And who was it I was resting? Nakamba apparently is fully fit and ready to go. Fair enough, Nakamba. Again, we'll bench you, but right. This is the important one now. I've got to keep faith with this lot. No changes from the Arsenal game, but the drop in class is significant with the utmost respect to Norwich, and it's against Dean Smith as well, which should mean something. To that. Loss, draw, loss, draw, loss. Oof. Not good form. There we go. Come on, Bill. Dina, again. Dina, again. Louise. Oh, good save. That's a promising start, though. Coutinho. Mings. All the way back. Come on, push. Oof. Angus go. Drop kick. Coutinho, McGinn, Ings, Coutinho, Watkins. Watkins with a lovely finish. Now that was good play. That was probably our best move of the season so far. That was very nice. 1-0, that's just what we needed now. Push on. Oof, Cons only makes it 2. This is better. This is the football getting the results that it deserves. But we can't afford to rest on our laurels here. Because Norwich are in. Blocked. Blocked. Better. Better defence. Right, come on. That's it, Tapia, get up. Right. It's a good start, but we need to build on it. Because 1-0 ain't a good scoreline. Neither's 2-0, they say. Most dangerous scoreline in football, they call it. I'd like a comfortable win here. I think I need a comfortable win. Digne again, consistently putting in good performances. The entire back line seems to be playing well. Half time. I agree. Things are going well, but you can do better. Good to see Watkins have a good game. And Coutinho's having a good game. Ings, that's a great ball. That's a good tackle. That could have been 2-0 on a different day. Konza, again, we're having the chances. We're battering on this game, but in the law of football, it only takes a minute for them to go down the other end and score. But at least, touch wood, we're on course here. Come on, get a late goal. Nothing really to change here. No, I'm not going to make a change for the sake of it. Oh, Norwich on the attack. Norwich. Oh, fired wide. That would have been painful, especially as that's Norwich's second shot of the game. There were 3 shots and failed to hit the target. We get the job done. Not perhaps convincing as I would have liked, but we're clear winners on the XG. That could be an important 3 points. We're not a million miles away. We're only 3 points off top 6. I know we're not aiming for top 6, but it was a rough couple of weeks that. And next up we've got Watford in the next episode, which again I'd like to think is another great opportunity at 3 points. But thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.